Good morning, guys. I got to do this really, really fast because the winds are really coming in bad. We've got some storms coming out here in southeastern Indiana, and we're going to have strong winds and possible tornadoes and possible hail, along with some storms. It's going to go from like 70 to 38 in a very short amount of time, so we're going to have some issues going on. I need to go prepare for that. I have been preparing for it. I've been chasing garbage around this morning, making sure everybody has their water and treats and extra treats, and making sure everybody's tucked in really nice for this storm today. So, that's what I'm going to do. First things first, I want to thank all of my new subscribers. Thank you very much. I want to just make it very clear that this is a very simple channel. I don't even have a cell phone activated, and I don't know how to produce videos, but I just enjoy giving people information. This used to be a strictly prepping and homesteading channel. Um, how to get food for cheaper so that way you can put it away. Um, things like that. But it was assumed that I was a Republican Trump supporter, and that had to be revealed that I was not. And the reason is because the contradiction of what people say about Trump to what Trump is. But there was a contradiction um, that I saw that was quite alarming. Okay, let me give you a little background on me. Number one, I am a survivor of sexual abuse. Um, I am living with no income because I was injured, and I'm living on a very small settlement right now. So I'm in the process of deciding if I want to file for disability or what I'm doing. I haven't decided that yet. So I'm living on that settlement with no income in here. So you're going to see pantry hauls as well. Whenever my disabled neighbor decides that he wants to go to the pantry, then I go to the pantry. I don't go every other week. I just don't do that. I only go when he wants to go. We have not went all winter. I told him right before winter. Well, I told him like midsummer and early fall. I said, listen, I said we need to go every other week when we can and stock up our pantries. And I was really meaning him. Um, and he didn't listen to me. He didn't listen to me. He didn't listen to me. And then when we were like in the middle of snowstorms and things, he needed food, cat food, dog food, and I've been supplying him with that. But as the weather clears out, you're going to be seeing more pantry hauls, food pantry hauls, from the free pantries. So that's coming up as soon as he and I can decide, what Saturdays we're going to go. So that's something that you're going to be seeing more of. But I want to get back to Trump. I am confused when someone will say, well, I checked a neighborhood and there's so many sexual predators, or I've checked a neighborhood and there's a sexual predator a mile down the road who came out of jail or whatever and is in the registry, so on and so forth, and I can't live in that area because I'm a sexual predator. But you're more than happy to vote for a sexual predator as your president of your country, to preside over the people of your country. That bothers me. I don't understand the contradiction. Another contradiction. Well, Trump is a great businessman. He should run this country like a business, and we will be better off. Okay. No, he didn't when he was here the 4 years that he was in office. He put us $7.8 trillion more in debt. Okay. Right now, the economy is in the best shape it has been in over 50 years. Um, it may not. I'm watching a wind devil, a dirt devil, or whatever in the leaves up there. It's got a circular pattern. I really got to get in there fast, so I need to really get this done. Contradictions. So, no, he is not a good businessman. Look at the statistics of the businesses that he has gone bankrupt. that he has had to pay back. For example, I mean, his online school, he had to pay back a lot of money for that because it was fraudulent. Now, um, as far as being a godly man, he is not a godly man. A godly man would not act the way that Trump does. We do know that there are pastors and Congress people that are trying to, um, minimize sexual abuse and putting it back on the women. Women have lost rights because of legislation. You know, I don't understand why people are so much into Trump. I will compare Trump to the end of King Solomon's rule. It was all about gold, babe. It's all about gold. So I have something else. Contradictions in the comments. I do have one commenter that will throw out a Bible verse. I'll go to reference that Bible verse to refresh my memory, and it's not what they're portraying it to be. You cannot pick and choose the parts of the Constitution that you want to adhere to. You cannot pick and choose the Bible verses as you want to interpret them. They either are or they're not. The Bible talks about the Antichrist. And I think that's very important. If you are a Christian and you live by the Bible, the King James version of the Bible, okay. How many translations before then? I don't know the statistical number on that. But the King James version um, talks about the Antichrist. And there are so many verses that I would like to put out there for you to read in order to understand that if we are coming to the end of times, and it looks like we're coming to the end of civility in our world, um, I think it's very important to read that part of the Bible. So I'm just going to throw out some stuff here, some Bible verses. John 5:43, Revelations 13:2, and in Daniel, if you start Daniel 7:8, Daniel 8:25, Daniel 8:12, Daniel 11:21, Daniel 11:38, Revelations 13:18, Daniel 9:27, 2 Corinthians 11:14 through 15, 1 Timothy 16. Um, I think there's some stuff in Leviticus too that really talks about that as well. So if you read those verses, you're going to see some really big comparisons to Trump and what the Bible is talking about with the Antichrist. So to think that God would choose Trump to be your leader is insane. God is not focused on the United States of America. He's got his telescope out and he's got it just focused on the United States of America. God created the earth. He created humans around the earth, right? There are religions in every culture and continent and country. Why? Because it is a guide for life. Okay? Civility. Now, I do have one commenter, and I started to say something about that, but I'm gonna follow up on that. Who grammatically is not educated. So, first of all, if you want to appear smart and you want to appear knowledgeable about what you're talking, please utilize grammar correctly. It seems like there and your, instead of going you are or using you apostrophe re as you are, it's just your, your. Come on, there. THERE for all of the other terminology of there. THEIR. Um, Come on. If you want to appear smart, check your grammar. Also, when you put a Bible verse out there, make certain that you know exactly what you're saying. Because when I go back and fact check the verses, it doesn't match what you're trying to convey. If you want to pretend to be a knowledgeable Christian, at least know what the verses say and understand the interpretation of them instead of making it what you want it to be. Same way with the Constitution. So, yes, I do have a problem. I am not a Trump supporter. That was a big misnomer, I don't know, it was a misjudgment on me as being a prepper that I would be a Trump supporter. Well, no, I'm not. Because I don't believe that man has any business being in any leadership role at all of this country. And yet he's got things going haywire. He's got things that I don't agree with going on with his followers. So just contradictions, I guess, is the biggest thing I need to say. You don't want to live next to a sexual predator. You don't want to deal with sexual predators. And yet here you are voting for a sexual predator. Um, you want to claim that God has chosen Trump when in fact God in his word is telling you that he is the Antichrist. So there you go. Y'all have a great day. Hugs from a distance. I hope this made sense. We will be doing the Kroger ad review here in a little bit. Just it's going to be a little late today because when I get done with this, I've got to go batten down the hatches again, make sure everybody has enough water and food, and then I'm going to pass out some special snacks this morning. So y'all have a great day. Hugs from a distance. Thank you for watching. Bye, y'all.